today, kids, sex, money. These are all topics that married couples argue about. But after surveying a number of counselors and clergy members, they say Facebook should be added to that list. Why is so much marital conflict being related to the social networking site? Joining us this morning is Dr. Tabitha Johnson. She's got the do's and don'ts when it comes to Facebook and your marriage, the things not to do, but there are some things that actually Facebook can help your marriage with. Good morning, Tabitha.
Good morning.
So what's going on with Facebook? Are people just posting too much information? Is that the problem?
Yeah, I mean, that's part of it, absolutely. People just change their marriage status to, instead of married, it's complicated, and sometimes put some cutting remarks about their partners. Not so good.
Doesn't sound good at all. Another problem arises when people start seeking out exes, and that probably causes a lot of dissension in the marriage.
Yeah, it's that whole curiosity factor. People want to know what's going on, that whole I wonder what happened to so-and-so, whether it's an ex or even just maybe an old roommate, an old high school boyfriend, girlfriend. I wonder what happened to that person, and sometimes those curiosity factors into have some unfortunate ends, and people are saying, I never realized, I never really meant to get myself in this situation with this person.
So what responsibility do you have to your spouse when it comes to being on Facebook?
I think creating boundaries is a huge, huge thing. Saying that you're married, you can set your status to married, and that's really kind of the Facebook wedding band, so to speak. Letting it out there that, hey, I'm married, posting pictures of your spouse, that's definitely some really big things, and going through your friend list. Sometimes people don't do this, and I know this is an upcoming wedding season, so people, especially those who are about to get married, go through that friend list. See who's on there, who are their old boyfriends, old girlfriends, old flings, old, whatever it may be that may be questionable, and you probably need to defriend them.
You think to get rid of them. Should you tell your spouse about, or your partner, about new friend requests? Because I remember one time I was like, oh, who's this? When I saw my husband's friend's name pop up.
Yeah, absolutely. Keeping them in the loop, because every friend request has some story to it. They're an old roommate, they're a new coworker, they're someone from church, and you can't just assume that your partner knows who that is. Go ahead, be upfront, say, oh, so-and-so added me as a friend. That was my old, whatever it may be. Keeping them in the loop, I think, helps people prevent jealousy and anxiety and insecurities to come up in their relationship.
And you caution never have a private chat with somebody.
Absolutely not. I think it's a real breeding ground for emotional affairs, because emotional affairs really have to do with secrecy, chemistry, and intimacy, and those chats are just a breeding ground for that, because they are instant and nobody else can see them. When you log off, they're gone. And so it's really that environment that really could just create an emotional affair.
All those bad germs breed. Okay, what are some ways that Facebook can actually help your marriage then?
Well, I think there's lots of different ways. I think in today's society, because we've become so technology oriented, I think it really gives people an opportunity to connect during the day with one another. Sitting, we have smartphones all the time now, and so sitting in meetings, or if you're at your son's baseball game or whatever it may be, you can post pictures, you can send each other messages, and even post on each other's walls about how much you appreciate one another. Some people say, oh, that's so sick, it's
sappy.
So sappy, but really it gives some affirmation not only to your partner, but to everybody else about your relationship.
That's very true. Post how much you love your hubby or your wife out there. Thanks so much, Dr. Tabitha Johnson, with the do's and don'ts of Facebook. Well, many of us here at Channel 4 are running this weekend's Gate River Run, and it's down to the wire for training.